if you struggled with the guided notes for the Anchor Instruction article, well, there's a couple of reasons for that. Number one, it is a fairly arduous task to go through 16 questions and try to find the exact language that's being used. Okay, an argument can be made for the fact that you're going to pay attention to detail within the article to the nth degree when you're doing it and while you're reading through it. And that's usually why we provide guided notes to begin with, as a mechanism for having students pay attention. Now, on the other side of things, you already are aware of two mechanisms, or two strategies for problem solving that you could have applied to solve the problem without having to pay too much attention to the article. Now, the content is important. I did want you to get that. But I also want you to be very aware that when we talk about being able to apply knowledge in a different setting, which is really what the article was about, is a real thing. So that transference of knowledge or transportability can be a very difficult task at times if we learn something within one setting and then try to apply it in another. A couple of ways that you could have worked your way around through problem solving to solve the task of finding the answers to the article and the missing blanks in the guided notes. Number one is you had the full article listed, so you could have found a readable copy. So that's a strategy that I didn't discuss, but obvious enough strategy to most people. So if I retype that and then I go and I search for it, let's try with PDF attached to the end of it. Okay. So if I click on this, well, sure enough, that takes me to the article. Then I could search for words within the article on Google. So if I went to my first question, which I'll go to the student view. So if I just take some of the language, for instance, 5 words from the original, and then I go back here, and I go there. It's relatively weak. And there's your answer. So we could have gone through it that way by using a different text version of the document. Again, it's solving problems, it's extrapolating out something you probably have done in the past, is using an online version of a document and then using that, or if it loads as a PDF, edit and then find, like that. In Google Books, it loads for us, but if I were to go here, it's going to load a larger version, most likely, as well. So, well, I'm not paying it. All right. The other option that we could have done was gone through the OCR. So, like you learned in the pre-quiz for this class right at the beginning, right, that was a possibility that you could actually employ for making something that's text-based into something that's no longer text-based. So if I download this thing, So then I'll show them that I'm not a robot and hit convert over into a Word document. And sure enough, there it is. Or at least page 1. So we'd have to split it into separate pages to actually go through the search. But there you have it, a living example of how we can acquire skills in one setting and then not be able to extrapolate them out and figure out how we can change that document into something that's readable and searchable.